teenager who wants to become a registered nurse in the nearest future. He loves to read, surf, and paint artwork on surfboards. Now, as you can see, Parker is wearing a black suit by Stratford, a light blue shirt, and with the Stratford, you know, you can never go wrong. Now, remember to cover up all visible tattoos and piercings. Okay, you don't want to see all of that. Take a bow, Parker. Thank you very much. And that's how to look when you want to jump. Can we have some music, please? DJ?
Yeah. Wait.
Come on, put some live into it. Some really cool music. All right, coming right up is Samantha Miller. A round of applause for Samantha Miller. Now, if your home ever gets broken into, Samantha is the person to call. If there's something weird and it don't look good, who are you gonna call? Exactly. You know why? She wants to be a police officer. Now, I know that sounds unusual, but she's nursed that dream right from childhood. And the more reason, of course, she's currently studying criminal justice with a minor in sociology. This Samantha is wearing a black skirt and jacket. She loves to do some stepping, some two-stepping to country music. So I'm going to ask her to show us those moves. Can we see those two-stepping, please? Can we see that? Okay, I'm not going to put you in the spot, okay? Thank you so much, Samantha. Doesn't she look beautiful? Way to go! Come right up is Chandler Fielder. Fielder is up next, and she's also majoring in criminal justice. Okay, so Chandler Fielder is majoring in criminal justice. He is a member of the Army National Guard and hopes to become a government law enforcer. Chandler is wearing a dark charcoal suit by Joseph Banks. And I always say this, wear some confidence. That is exactly what Chandler has. It's not enough to look like $1 million. You have to feel like $1 million. Now, one thing you cannot argue with, Chandler has got that confidence and he's got style. A round of applause for Chandler, please. Way to go! And coming right up is the delectable Claudia Holton. Can we have Claudia Holton right here? Claudia Holton, please. Now, Claudia Holton is majoring in marine biology. Claudia loves to hike, run, and fish. Now, that's an interesting combination, if you ask me. She's wearing a gray-colored pantsuit by Nine West. Now, I would say in interviews, she's dressed wonderfully well, but you want to have your hair all packed up because you don't want to see strands of hair lying right in your face and then distract the interviewers by flicking your hair backwards. So it's always better to pack your hair very neatly up and wear very small earrings, simple and nice. She looks great, doesn't she? Yeah. Well done. Thank you, Claudia. Now, our next model is none other than Alexia Martinez. Alexia is studying interdisciplinary studies and hopes to become a special education teacher in the future. Now, she loves teaching and wants to make a lasting impression on children. Alexia is wearing a black skirt, a black jacket, and a cream top. Well done. Take a bow, Alexia. Thank you very much. And come right afterwards is Stephen Garley. Now, Stephen is ready to do the work, and he is up next. A round of applause for Stephen, please. Now, Stephen is a member of the track and field team and plans to become an orthopedic doctor. Now, Stephen is currently working on a campaign for breast cancer and loves to volunteer in helping the local community. Stephen is wearing a navy blue pantsuit by Stratford, and that is how you look. Definitely, he looks like $1 million. He's got style and he's got class. Thank you so much, Stephen. Well done. Well done. And coming right up is the Scandalous Rebel Group. Now, this is a group you've all been waiting for. This is what I call scandalous. This is not how to look. during a job interview. You don't want to look like this. So our first person, coming right up, our first model from the Rebel group is none other than Richard Torres. Now Richard is a member of the Student Government Association and is majoring in mechanical engineering. Richard is wearing, heaven knows what Richard is wearing. He's wearing a polo shirt and pants. This is how not to look for a job interview. If you go to an interview looking like this, you are not going to go home with a job. Richard, like you see, is a very calm guy, you know. He's very intelligent. I've spoken with him a couple of times. So don't mind how he's dressed. He knows what to do. Well done, Richard. Take a bow. Nini Spearman is up next, and she's also a member of the Rebel group. She's a member of the track team and studying kinesiology. Now call it youthful exuberance, but Nini owes no one any apologies because she loves to go kayaking, swimming, and running. Now Nini is a typical example of how not to do during interviews. If you look closely, she's wearing these very wild pants. And she's wearing huge earrings, and her hair is a mess. This is how not to look, guys. You don't want to go to an interview looking like this. Thank you so much, Nini. A round of applause for Nini. Cameron Cabrera is up next, and goodness gracious. Under no circumstance must you dress the way Cameron is dressed. It does look good, but in an interview, looking good will not work. Now, Cameron loves surfing and aviation. Now, with that outfit, I would advise you stick to surfing and leave aviation to people like us. Now, Cameron is wearing a checkered shirt, and you can see green pants, and his shoes are all wrong, totally wrong. This is how not to look for an interview, please. Thank you very much. Well done. And with that, we've come to the end of the catwalk session. And don't forget, right afterwards, after the event, you're going to be seeing a clothing sale, a major clothing sale. Now, if you think the fun is over, the fun isn't over at all. Because we've got a very special guest, a guest speaker in the house, and she's one of the most respected personalities on campus. Now, our guest speaker will be talking to us about helpful pre-interview tips to help us nab that dream job. Now, I wasn't about to mention her name, but she's already there. She let the cat out of the bag. I was building it up, but I'm still going to go on anyway. Now, our guest speaker is an outstanding scholar, a former chairman of the Department of Communication here in the Island University. She is an associate professor of communication and the current associate vice president for academic affairs. Our areas of specialization include leadership, gender, and diversity. She is currently the second vice president for the Central States Communication Association and a Corpus Christi Under 40 Award recipient. She has conducted several interviews and has taught interview skills for over 9 years. Now, early this year, our speaker, alongside 7 other women, were honored with the 2017 Why Women in Careers Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one, the only, Dr. Amy Aubrey Sanford.
I do want to make it clear that the people who were wearing what not to wear today knew they were coming dressed in what not to wear. Buki didn't just look at him and say, you shouldn't have worn that, now I'm going to talk about you on stage. They knew to dress that way. And we know you all want to get jobs after graduation, right? You want to get jobs after graduation? Do you want to get jobs after graduation? Yes? I can promise you your parents want you to get jobs after graduation, and your faculty want you to get jobs after graduation. So today, I want to share with you 10 tips in preparing for interviews. And I'm going to give you one extra tip of just about common courtesy. So you saw a lot of great outfits today. The thing I want you to remember though when you're getting dressed for an interview is that you should never wear something that's brand new to an interview. That you should wear it, give it a test run, because have you ever worn anything new and like a button popped off while you were wearing it? Or you sat down the first time and recognized it's too tight around the waist or the thighs or some weird spot, or it's too short? That's why you really need to test run it. Same thing with shoes before an interview. It's also important to look up common questions that will be asked in an interview and practice the answers. So I can promise you, a common question you're going to get asked is about your greatest strengths. It'll be asked in many, many different ways. They might ask you your best accomplishment, best strength, the thing that you feel proudest of. But you should have an answer for that. And I don't mean just talking about an answer in your head. I mean saying that answer out loud. Practicing it, listening to your voice say it, so that when you get into the interview, you won't be startled by your own voice or your own answer. You need to show confidence, like so many of the people we saw up on the catwalk today. You need to prepare questions for the interviewer. At the end of the interview, whether it's done through Skype or WebEx or in person, at the end of the first interview in particular, they're going to look at you and say, do you have any questions for us? And you do not want to say no, because that makes you look like somebody who's not really interested in getting the job. So it's very important that you come with questions. And you know those padfolios we saw the models walking with today? That's what you should take those questions in when you go into those interviews. Don't try to lug a big bag or fold it up in your purse and pull it out or anything like that. You want to bring extra copies of the cover letter, resume, writing samples, whatever they ask for. Again, stick it in your padfolio, because you may have multiple interviewers and not all of them have copies, and so you'll want to have copies available. You want to get there 10 to 15 minutes early. Any earlier than that, then it's kind of creepy, and they don't really know what to do with you when you get there much earlier than that. So 10 to 15 minutes, and be sure to know where the interview is going to take place before the date of the interview. You should be extra nice to the receptionist or to the